It's because, okay, that's what's frustrating. Because a lot of people who are arguing in favor of Daima, their argument was things like, okay, the series isn't all about big explosions and fights and blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's actual like character development. There's like world building, progression, adventure, etc., etc. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. Okay. And I enjoyed those moments for what it's worth. But then it feels like the creators of the series kind of treated us like, oh, they just care about big fights, big explosions at the end, when they don't actually fucking tie together the lore properly at the end of the episode to set up the entire Dragon Ball Super, which has been taking place over the last fucking 9 years, nearly a decade. They just had to pay it a little attention. And it's not like they were disregarding the existence of Dragon Ball Super, because they literally show Gowasu in a cutaway where they're showing like how the different universes work and the different Kais and stuff. So they literally reference a character that doesn't appear until the middle of a Dragon Ball Super arc, not in any of the Dragon Ball Z movies like Resurrection F or Battle of Gods. No, an actual character that was revealed in Dragon Ball Super was shown in Dragon Ball Daima. Therefore, Dragon Ball Super exists in the minds of the Daima creators, but at the end of the series, they give no indication as to why Super Saiyan 4 is never shown in Dragon Ball Super, when there has been a billion times that Goku could have done it, particularly in the Battle of Gods arc, before he fights against Beerus. Okay, like he could have done it there. So all we needed, and I get it, you can't go back and change the animation for the shit that happened in Super and like, oh, now he goes Super Saiyan 4 instead. Like we revamped it, we're gonna just fucking errata this and retcon this, and actually this is how it's gonna work. No, you can't do that. I get it. So all we need in Dragon Ball Daima is just a little indication as to why that's the thing. Just be like, okay, he can't do this because Neva gave him a boost, and that's why he could go Super Saiyan 4. And that was the belief I wanted to go with when he first did it, when he was like a little kid. But at the end of episode 19, where he's like, oh, and this is to go even, you know, pretty much that equivalent, and showing that he could just tap into Super Saiyan 4 whenever the fuck he wanted to. Okay, that means he has full control over the form. That's when I was like, that's why I was so shocked when that happened, because it's just like, bro, if you could do this the whole time, why didn't you ever do that in Super? But okay, maybe, you know, benefit of the doubt, they're gonna tie this all together in the end of Daima. Nope, all they say is, oh yeah, after Boo was strong as hell, so I trained and I learned Super Saiyan 4. I didn't know that shit was gonna work though. Okay, so you knew you could do this before Daima. It wasn't even like his first time doing it in Daima. He indicates that he kind of was tapping into it sometime before Daima even happened. And then Vegeta has Super Saiyan 3. His wife got smacked by Beerus. And you're telling me he decided when he got super mad, he was just going to go to Super Saiyan 2 instead of 3. Like, your wife got smacked. Your wife, like, the one thing you love more than fighting, you stopped fighting so you could take a bath with that woman, okay? You love that woman. She got smacked by a god who you know you're weaker than, and instead of going to the Super Saiyan 3 that apparently you have because Daima happens before Dragon Ball Super, no, you're just going to go Super Saiyan 2. You don't love her that much. You don't love her that much, do you? Oh, okay. So all I needed at the end of Daima was just like a little bit of this is too strenuous on my body. It's not like, you know, I can't control this as well. Basically the same thought process that went into like why he never goes into Super Vegeta anymore, and instead you master Super Saiyan 1 because Super Vegeta was like too strenuous on the body. The, you know, Super Trunks, you know, that whatever you call it, the grade 2, whatever the fuck, where they're super bulky. It's not optimal for your strength, not optimal for your body. So just master that. So all he had to do was just do the equivalent of that, but with Super Saiyan 3, except say, hey, you know, Super Saiyan 2 is my optimal form. So that's why I'm just going to go Super Saiyan 2. If they just had those little moments, and that's what's frustrating. They didn't just, it would have been so easy for them to just like have this little dialogue, have this little moment, and then something that leads into why they never do it again. And it also could set up reasons to go back to the Demon Realm in a future Dragon Ball project that happens after Dragon Ball Super, i.e., let's say a plot point happens, like I said, they lose their divine god strength or whatever the fuck, their god key, and they're restricted to just like what their mortal body could do, so like Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, and then like maybe the villain is still too strong for that. They could beat this hypothetical villain with god form, but they can't tap into their god key. So now they have to go back to the Demon Realm and then be like, hey, remember that Super Saiyan 4 thing? Yeah, I gotta like be able to bring that out of the demon realm, and then that's a whole fucking arc they could have over there, bring it back, and then Super Saiyan 4 is back on the table. But no, instead, you know, we just have to figure this all out as fans, and you know, just I guess start writing shit off, or just acknowledge the fact that there's a plot hole and these forms will never be seen again for absolutely no other reason than the fact that they didn't want to add a simple little talking point. But that's fine, I guess, because we're just Dragon Ball fans and all we care about is big fucking explosions, transformations, and yelling, according to the way people see it. That wasn't me, but apparently that's how we have to be perceived, because if I care about the lore, then who cares? It's just Dragon Ball.